So welcome to the preview here in Gusserane of the Dominic Smith's Senior Football Championship Final between Gusserane and the Shalmaliers. I'm joined here by Michael Hennessy, the club's Vice Chairman. And just, Michael, can you just give the viewers a quick overview and brief history of the club here?
Yeah, well, I suppose, Colm, we'd always have a strong tradition in football within the club, going back right from the start. But I suppose we took off in the 40s. There was a 3 in a row in our first senior titles. So that was the foundations of the football really taking a hold here. And then the title in 56, I think it was. And then we had a 1975 title with a really young team, I suppose very similar to the team we have now. I suppose we had a bit of a barren spell then, going 41 years to 2016. There was a lot of heartbreak in between that. I think there was 5 or 6 losses in between that. So yeah, but this team, in fairness, like it's a team that have serious experience. From 2014 onwards, we've been in this our 4th senior final. The 1-1 2016.
Tell us kind of what role the supporters and club people take on in the lead into a final like this.
Oh, it's massive. Like, as you can see, you go through the Ballyclan or Gusserane here now, punting us out, the flags are out, signs are out. It really takes hold. Everyone is in great form. I actually seen a picture there Sunday evening in the wind and rain. There was someone putting up bunting in the dark, so it really takes hold of the parish, and it's great. And obviously you see in the stands there Sunday, John Roach came off there and there was a stand and the roar was unbelievable, so they're well supported. We always get out there and support the team, and it gives that buzz to the parish. And we're very proud of the players. They've given us great days in the last 8 or 9 years that they owe us nothing, but they really put the shoulder to the wheel, and in fairness to the parish, they respond to them.
And of course, Shane Cullen, as well as being in the backroom team, he's also the club chairman here. So I'm sure his workload has been off the charts this year.
Yeah, only this year, the last few years. I don't know how the man gets time. He's a young family as well. But yeah, look, Shane is Shane. He sleeps, eats, and drinks it. The club is his passion, and he's done Trojan work, be it with the football team and with the club in general, and even overseeing our new gym down there as well in the last few years. It's a massive amount of work on in the club to improve the facilities. We had the floodlights in 2016 upgraded as well. So it really, the club has come on leaps and bounds in the last few years, which is brilliant to see for the future generations coming up, and even all the underage. We have a lot of underage after coming up in the last few years. I actually looked at the panel there, and since 2016 there's 13 gone off the panel. So that shows the work that's gone into underage that replaces them kind of players. So it's brilliant for the club.
And joined here by Kenneth Cahill. He's one of the longest serving members of the panel, to put it nicely. Kenneth, just give us an insight into preparations for a county final week here in Gusserane.
Sure. There's not a whole lot you can do in the week, I suppose. Just recovering after the match Sunday. Get the bodies right, get the minds right, and train Tuesday night. We'll do a small bit Friday night, and then we'll be going straight into the match on Sunday. The fifth final I'm going to play in 2008, 14, 16, 19 and 21. Sure.
So you've already played the Shalmaliers this year, and it was a very good game, a classic game. I know the conditions are probably going to be different this time, but do you see the ebbs and flows of the game the same, or do you think that to be more of a tactical battle this time?
Sure. Tactics will always come into it, but the teams are more or less the same as the day we played them down to Munn. There's probably going to be a few changes on both teams, but they know us fairly well and we know them fairly well. So I'd say it'll be more or less the same as what went down to Munn there. I think there's only 2 starting that didn't play in 2016, so it's a young squad, but it's still an experienced squad. We do have the couple of older fellas like myself and Adrian. Then you have the middle group, as we call them, say Graham and Killian, and then you'll have that younger group come behind them as well. So it's a decent mixture of the team. But you'd have the obvious ones, Gavin Sheen and Mark Rossler, Mini. I think Killian has played really powerful since he came back into the team. You have the usual fellas, Graham and Park, do what they do every day as well. But I think Owen Ryan coming in a wing back has been a revelation this year. He's been brilliant for us, and you have Adrian Redmond then as well, who's been there a while as well, so he's very good as well. Yeah.
So I'm with Eamonn Whelan now, the manager of Gusserane. Eamonn, first year in charge, it's kind of a fairy tale journey to the final. When you get to where you want to go now, you know, when you look back, could you maybe revise us on the path to the final, apart from the semi-final maybe?
Yeah. We started our year against Shells, which we had a defeat in, and we had to regroup. And then we went to run. This will be our 5th week on the go now in the final. We had Fethard. Sure, ourselves and Fethard, like, is just a toss of a coin, really. Local derbies are always that way, in my opinion. It's great that we were able to get over that, and really the win of it wasn't huge, because you still had to play a preliminary quarter final, which to me that's one of the biggest games of the year in the current setup of the championship, because you lose that, you're in relegation. Like, so thank God we were able to get over Hordswood. The few injuries definitely that Hordswood got during that game helped us with that, you know, but the boys took that in the second half and got us into the quarter final. Look, at the Castletown game was just great work rate out of the lads. We got 4 points just before half time, which gave us that lead for the second half. But the work rate in the second half really won that game for us, I think. As regards the Martins, we were blessed in the first half. If they could have had us put away very early, in my opinion, the scores that they missed. But again, the vital things for us in that game was we got a point just before the water break. Like, it was one of the senior men in the team was going down the line getting a point for us, and it just eventually we got through it in the second half. I suppose as regards the first year being involved, I've been involved in other years with managers back down through the years with John Roach and Joe Hagan, them lads, and you learn an awful lot from them. Even the Shells manager, John Hegarty, has been over us before, and I was involved with John that year as well. Like, so you're learning off good people, I suppose, you know. But Shane Cullen is involved with me there as well, and like, Shane, chairman of the club, has previously been treasurer, great player for the club. He runs the training session. He's the main brains behind the operation and a lot of things we do. You know, he's a massive part of the setup we have in the club. I suppose in one way a week lead-in helps a bit in that there's no hype, but then you might mind 2 weeks if some injuries could clear up and stuff like that. But it is what you're dealt with. Look, you're in a county final. It's where you want to be. Like, there's clubs in relegation finals this weekend that, Jesus, you know, that's pressure being in them. Like, you know, it's great to be in the county final, but basically just getting the bodies right, that's what it is, and trying to keep the lads grounded a bit. And hopefully then, some of them have been in county finals before, and 1 or 2 probably haven't, but it's just getting them right for the day, I suppose, and making sure that they're all fresh and well rested, I suppose. Getting the finals helps, because you get to promote the club a bit, and people get to see what effort goes in and stuff. But look, the players are a tight bunch, but there's a massive crowd around this parish that are a tight bunch with us as well. It's just brilliant to be driving to work there Monday morning and see they're out with the bunting straight away and stuff like that. And the messages you get a good look, you know. But it's all goodwill. Every club's the same, you know. Everyone has great workers in each club, so we have them here as well, and it's great to have them.
It's very important to take note of them as well.
Yeah,
you have.
100%.
Well, sure, look, at all that's left to be done is to wish you the best of luck on Sunday, and I know you'll give it a good rattle, and best of luck to both teams in the Dominic Smith Electrical Senior Football Final on Sunday, and hopefully the weather will be fairly good and we can have a good spectacle.
Yeah, thanks.